Is it extra bright in here? Or is it just me? Like, these lights seem pretty bright today.
It's just you, I'm telling you. Hit it, Logan.
It's After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Your weekly download of their extracurricular activities. Enjoy.
This week on After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
Episode 85. This is a big one. I came in hot with some toy talk.
He's a cultured man. He watches fucking Sportscenter.
But you couldn't tickle him. You could just shove your books in. It's weird that I can like vividly remember Happy Meal toys. But like if you asked me to do some math that I probably learned in like grade 5, could not tell you. We did it! 85 episodes!
Baby.
Shauna, who was on this podcast on episode 83, is a big fan of this brewery. For the beers we're going to drink this week, it's Evil Corporation Brewing. Oh, it's not an IPA, it's a German Pilsner.
Ooh.
You were shit-talking IPAs this whole time.
I was like, I don't know if I'll like it. It's an IPA, but it's a German Pilsner. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's strong tasting, but it's good.
There's a lot of flavor in there. Ty, that's a big sip, brother.
You got to split the C. What was your best childhood toy, guys? That's what we were going to talk about for the first bit here today. Because I saw a video of a Tickle Me Elmo. Gave me some flashbacks.
Are you talking about this because Christmas is coming up? You're like, holiday gifts?
Yeah, get me one of those Tickle Me Elmos.
We should do an after hours like gift pick, like how they used to do
You're
on
going to be
Oprah.
like, here's a pack of cigs, here's some nicotine,
It's
some
our own
wine.
little white elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah! Let's do an exchange! Okay, we'll touch on that closer to December. Anyways.
You didn't have a Tickle Me Elmo, though.
No, I didn't. My brother did. It was very cool. He was younger. He was the baby. Obviously, he got the cool stuff. But
I
I
thought
did.
your older brother had it. And I
No.
was like, oh,
Caleb
he missed
didn't.
out.
I don't think so.
Electric.
I
What a
did
great
have an
toy.
Elmo backpack that was cool. He was like an Elmo toy that you could.
But you couldn't tickle him. You could
Nope.
just shove your books in him.
Yeah, he was cute though. He was my pal. I would probably say. Well, what's yours? Did you have a Tickle Me Elmo?
I did have a Tickle Me Elmo. I don't know if it was my best childhood toy, though.
Really?
I mean, like, it was up there for sure. Tickle Me Elmo is pretty dope. Don't know if it was my best.
Really?
I had this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, van, and all the turtles were in it. And that was pretty dope. I'd let it go down my driveway, and it would wreck the toy, but I didn't care because it was just cool to see it move.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember the year I got my very first brunette Barbie because the Barbie used
brunette,
to not
big
be.
deal.
They used to not be very inclusive. It was white blonde Barbies. That's it. That's all
Mm-hmm.
they had, which is shitty. But I remember I got a brunette Barbie, and my brother did snap the legs off of her accidentally, so I was pretty mad about that. But I
Typical
had
Big Brother shit.
Oh fuck! I was so upset. He was driving it around in a car or something.
He's probably pushing it down the driveway.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
then
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wrecking
no.
him, don't care. Yeah.
Kids used to be just cruel. Yeah, I don't know. I did have an easy bake oven that was top tier. I used that a lot.
You should still use it. We could be having treats all the time. You're at work. Just
It was
bring it to
actually
work.
like my mom. I'm surprised because I used to do that like after school a lot, like without parental supervision. I'm
Like when you were in college. Yeah.
this is like a thing that could catch fire. Anyways, I love that. I had a pogo stick that was pretty
Wasn't
cool.
an easy bake oven just a hot light bulb?
It got fucking hot. It had like little baby elements in it, pretty much.
Did
It
you
was
wear
hot.
oven mitts? How big was it?
It had metal tin little things. The easy bake oven? It's like the size of a microwave.
So it's like a full-blown air fryer
Pretty much.
for a kid.
Pretty much.
That's what they're going to have, the easy bake air fryer soon.
You could buy like
Air
little
fryer for
recipes
kids.
for it and stuff, or you could just
Yeah.
like make your own. But it came with like its own little like baking tins.
We should
and
get one
stuff.
here in the office. Imagine if we were
pretty
just
good.
easy bake ovening some
I used to
cookies
make
in
brownies
between
all
the
the
radio
time.
show.
Yeah, it was good.
That'd
be
really
down
go
with
with the
that.
vibe in here. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Really would go with the vibe.
I would be down with that so hard.
We could get a whole little kitchenette, a Fisher Price kitchenette back there.
Right next to Taryn's desk.
That's
Poor
right.
guy's just got a microwave and
Hey,
an easy bake
If
oven
I
beside
had to
him.
smell easy bake oven brownies and cookies all day, it wouldn't be awful. I'm just saying.
Price set, though, like those other things are just like plastic.
I
like
know, but it would
pizzas.
make it look good though. Complete the look.
The easy bake oven you could actually like eat. Like I think the boy version of that was like Dr. Dreadful, but I don't think you could eat it.
See how toxic is the children's marketing back then? They're like, only girl. The easy bake oven was pink. It was stupid. Like
What was-
they
I gotta
should've
look up
marketed-
Dr. Dreadful while Sam tells us his
What's
best.
Dr. Dreadful?
It was so sick. But Sam, what was your childhood toy?
Do you count video games as
Oh
toys?
God, he's
No.
one of these kids.
I
But
want-
you
I want
didn't read a book
A
ever, for
physical
Christ's sakes?
toy.
You know what? I actually read a ton of books right until I got into about high school, and then I just fell off the map.
So
I'm going off the board though. It is a video game. My Game Boy Advance was my childhood toy,
Really?
and that's I probably used my Game Boy for at least 1,000 hours.
You never
least
even
as
had like a
kid.
Brett the Hitman Hart action figure?
Like, I mean, for me it was Lego. Otherwise,
He's a Lego kid.
Lego.
That explains a lot. Very telling.
Yeah, you know.
I did also have a Barbie pool. It was awesome. It was a plastic little guy that you could fill up.
So it's
and
like
actually,
it was a bowl for
they
Barbie?
had a no. It was like a blow up pool. You blew it up,
Okay.
and it had a diving board on it.
So
Imagination.
you could dive off of it?
The Barbies.
Oh, the Barbie could. Okay.
Oh, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I had a big Barbie collection. I had a Barbie that had a ski lift that you would tie from somewhere in your house, and she would ride the chairlift.
And you'd always make it so she was too scared to go down the hill
Pretty
like you, and
much.
she would just ride the chairlift back down.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
a diva. obviously.
Dr. Dreadful is a food lab. It says, gruesome goodies that look gross but taste great.
Oh, I remember seeing
Yeah.
commercials for that all the time. You had one of those?
My brother did.
Ooh.
Always wanted one.
I
I had a Stretch 'em Screamer.
That's very cool.
It was
too.
those monster dolls that you would
Yeah.
stretch and they would scream, really fucking annoying for the parents.
Yeah. I do remember when I was like a kid and you'd go to your cousin's house or your neighbors or whatever. It was always fun seeing what toys and board games they had. Like my neighbors had Hungry Hungry Hippos. That was a huge win. We were always going over there to play that. I love how you guys are actively listening to me. You're both on your phone.
I'm looking at Stretch 'em
Okay.
Screamers.
We
Hungry
love
Hungry
it.
Hippos is dope. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I did like Hungry Hungry Hippos a lot. And my cousins had Mousetrap. You guys remember Mousetrap?
Oh yeah.
It was a great game. Operation. Great
Hungry
board
Hungry
game.
Hippos though, like it would just hurt my hand when me and my friends would play. We would just be like animals, like just.
It was so loud too. Like I remember
Yeah.
the parents would be like, "Shut up down there! We're trying to drink our wine and visit. You guys are being loud in the basement."
That's right.
Right?
Hungry Hungry Hippos had some fucking hang time to it.
Oh, my brother had a toy soldier action figure. Remember that?
Like
movie?
from the movie Toy Soldiers?
Yes.
Yes, you should be more specific. Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that is cool. I wish I
Yeah.
had one of those.
I always thought that movie was a little violent for kids because they stuck them in the carburetor. I was like, that's torture. It's promoting torture.
It doesn't hold up, that movie.
It's scary. I was always scared to watch
You
it.
watch
when
it
I was
every
a kid.
Halloween, Toy Soldiers,
It's scary, okay?
every single time. So you had no action figures growing up?
Like I had some. I had like a Woody and like a Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, I had a
doll,
Buzz.
stuff like
a Buzz
that.
was good too.
Yeah, I had both those guys.
I always laugh though because like we talk about all the toys that we got because we're '90s kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of a fake '90s kid, but you know, it is what it is.
When were you born? 99?
'98. Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. You're in there. It's
Yeah.
okay.
But like my dad would tell me about the toys he played with, and it would be like
Ball in a cup.
Yeah, wooden things painted with probably lead paint.
Your dad's
Wood
not
block.
that old.
My dad was born in the '50s.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Back in
What was
the
the hot
day.
toy in the 50s?
I don't know, marbles.
Dominoes. It was cigarettes. That's what it was.
He
Light
watches
up.
this podcast, so I'm gonna pay for
Sorry.
that comment later.
Oh,
Dominoes.
man. That's fun.
Oh, what was that toy you were just mentioning now?
Mousetrap?
No, it was the Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Toy Soldiers? The
No,
action
Toy
figures?
Story. Oh, Mr. Potato Head. I had a
Mr.
shit
Potato.
ton of Mr. Potato Heads.
Ah.
Wish I had them still.
I
Probably
had-
still play with them.
I had
They're dope.
Cabbage Patch dolls. Those were the best.
What was the story? There were kids that grew up in a Cabbage,
Cabbage Patch, yeah, and they all had different scents to them. It was very
Like
funny.
cabbage?
No, they smell
Oh.
good. They were like little different scents and flavors. I also
That's the opposite
And
of
it's
how
just a
cabbage
shame they
smells.
turn them into candy after.
I
you
know.
Oh,
When
Sour Patch Kids,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do remember when I went to my Baba's house with my grandmother. My Baba had an original Smurfs collection. No, it was fucking cool, okay? So there was a bunch of the Smurfs little guys, and they had
Yeah.
a mushroom house. It was like little figurines, and you'd play with them. She still has them in her basement now. My younger cousins play with them. They're awesome.
I feel like we're going to unlock a core memory within Sam. He'll be like, oh, I actually did have a toy growing up. It was this doll. I kept throwing it out, but she would reappear back in my bedroom all the time.
Stop.
It was my little Annabelle doll. I loved her. She
Oh
was
my
great. She would
God.
talk to me.
My aunt and uncle have a place up in like St. Albert, and so we'd always go and visit.
Oh,
but one of their
what?
rooms, they had a bunch of dolls everywhere, and every time I went to stay there, even when I was like an early adult,
You had so much fun playing with them.
no, you'd turn the lights off, but you could like feel the glimmer on the eyes of these dolls, and I was like, I'm gonna die in this bedroom. I'm gonna die.
I don't know if this
Slappy the
that's
dummy. He's
clown.
gonna get him.
absolutely very scary.
Clowns, dolls, all of it. No.
Lots of
good.
grandparents collect figurines like that, like glass doll. I don't know why it's a thing.
They're like,
My
what's the
grandma had that.
creepiest thing I could collect? Clowns. Let's do it. All right.
Oh,
I don't know if
God.
this counts as a toy, but my brother had a interactive sweatshirt. It was a Space Jam sweatshirt, and it
So you
was
could, like bop your shirt. Like
the
your hand
basketball.
boning?
Yeah, the basketball. If you pressed it, it would light up and make a sound, and it had the Monstars on it and the cast, and they were all color.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool. I remember it quite well.
It's like a collector's item now.
It was like a Skechers light up of but a shirt. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I would love one of those.
I
You
like
ever think
Space
about?
Jam.
You ever see like one of the old toys you used to own, and you go on Amazon or eBay and look it up, see how much they run for?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Couple
I've had a
collectible
look.
Barbies.
What was that Barbie? The brunette Barbie?
Oh, there's lots of brunette Barbies
What was
now.
okay? Ski lift Barbie,
There was always, I remember they did a Y2K
eBay.
like for 2000.
where Barbie was scared of the world.
No,
ending?
they released a special edition, and my one friend, it was like they used to do a yearly Barbie or whatever. And I remember I went to her house and she never took them out of the box. Same with my older
She was
cousin.
like, we play with them in the box.
She had the Spice Girls Barbies, and she
Yeah.
had a Baby Spice, and I was like, Lacey, let me play with the Baby Spice. She's like, I have two. One stays in the box, one you can play with. I had a Ginger Spice Barbie too. It was very cool. Barbie
The
was
Spice
it.
Girls Barbie set
Yes.
goes for 243 CAD.
See what I mean? Per doll
No.
or the whole crew?
If you want the Ginger Spice, 69.51.
Wow.
Wild.
Exactly like how I remember it.
Wild.
I always loved
Sam,
Baby
you might have
Spice.
to help her with a snipe on this.
Baby
Ooh.
Spice was cool. She had a little pink dress on, and her hair was up or she had a blue dress too. There was different variations.
Like
Yeah,
that.
That's a different one. She's wearing a full suit there.
Wow.
I
Right.
get that concept though
What?
of like buying
them
two
pristine?
of something. Like as
Yeah.
a collector, it's like sometimes with records and stuff, I'm like, do I really want to open this and play it, or like with
Yeah.
a jersey, do I want to like take the tags off and wear it and like all that sort of stuff? So
I
get
still
it.
have a Jacob doll from Twilight unopened in the box.
And that's how you play with it still.
I got it in grade 8, so I was right at the end.
Does- Does the doll imprint on other people?
Probably. He looks hot. He's
He's-
chiseled in the
He
box.
imprints on the dogs in the house, you know.
Keep them in line. It's weird that I can like vividly remember Happy Meal toys,
Oh.
but like if you asked me to do some math that I probably learned in like grade 5, could not tell you.
I don't think. Yeah, you're weird with that.
I'm
You-
like, oh, I remember Crazy Bones. Yeah, I remember the Space Jam Happy Meal toys. They would lock into place.
I
on
never
the
got
hardwood.
Happy Meals. I can remember not really.
You guys got the
getting
sad meals.
those. Yeah.
Is that
Your mom was like,
ADHD
no
time?
toy, broccoli and rice. That's what you guys are
Oh my
eating.
god.
No, it was a classic. We have that at home. No.
Is that ADHD Ty that you can remember all those things?
I don't know.
I think you definitely have it. Now we're gonna switch to ADHD talk.
After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
And we're back.
And we're back.
What else you guys got to talk about today? It's
Um,
episode 85. This is a big one. I came in hot with some toy talk.
The election.
No, I didn't want to talk about
By
that.
the time this comes out, the election results will be in. It is election night while we're recording this.
Well, kind of in your theme, I actually wanted to talk about this because I saw this trending on TikTok. Apparently, parents now are showing their kids television shows from when they grew
Oh,
up.
I hate it when my dad would do that.
Oh, why? What does your dad show you? Like
He'd
Lassie?
be like,
He's
hey, let's watch Happy Days.
Oh, I used to watch Happy Days.
It's not
a
that
little
good.
bit. Yeah, that's not really a
Monday,
kid's show,
Tuesday,
though,
Happy
right?
Days. It was for them.
I know Happy Days wasn't a kid's show. Would have been like more
Okay,
like a teen.
how harsh do you think Happy Days got? There's an episode where Fonzie jumps a shark on water
I'm
skis.
saying that's pretty intense.
You're right. That's too scary.
Dawned the end of good shows.
Wait, you didn't watch
That
The
term.
Littlest Hobo? That would have been like more.
No, my mom watched Little House on the Prairie.
I also watched Little
I
House on
used
the
to
Prairie
have
with
to.
my mom.
I had to watch Princess Bride a million times. My
Princess
mom loved
Bride's
that
good.
movie. I've watched a lot of westerns with my dad.
Same with me.
Once
my
Upon a
dad
Time
was
in
like,
the
we're
West.
gonna put on Tombstone, even though
I
it's,
mostly
like,
just
more of a
watched what my brother showed me.
Oh, see, but I was thinking more like along the lines of, I guess, like we're old for not having kids. Like there's people our age who have multiple kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're showing their kids now like big comfy couch. That's like a good. They're showing their kids the
My friend Scott,
Teletubbies.
who just had a wee one. I said, "Hey, update me on the Sesame Street lore. Like, what's
That's
going
what I
on in
mean.
that world right now? Like, I don't know what's happening
Forget
anymore."
Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
They're putting on shows like that, and I'm like, I kind of like that. You know, bananas in pajamas.
What's going on in Dragon Ball Z? Are they still making that?
Probably. No, I don't think they're.
I think
continuing.
they are. I think they are. Like, it's a
Wow.
money-making machine.
What the hell's going on in Pokemon?
Dude, I have no
Ash
idea.
Ketchum's not on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Once they went over 150 Pokemon, like, that's too many to remember.
Do you remember your favorite show? Like pre when you.
Oh,
like,
yeah, Big Bad Beetleborgs, which was the most fucking weird show in the world.
What is that? Is
What
that
is
like
that?
in like the
What?
Samurai Jack world? Like kind
No,
of
it was like Power Rangers, kind of. It was about these 3 teenagers who went to a haunted house. They got powers, and then they would get like a Power Ranger outfit. And in the house, there was also a werewolf, a Frankenstein, a mummy, a Dracula, and like a ghoul who was their mentors. And then they would go fight crime. Now, does that not sound insane?
That sounds dope as
I'm pretty
fuck.
sure it was made in Canada.
What Canadian children's shows were always a little bit more intense. Like, did they not have a Canadian version of what is that show called? Not Are You Afraid of the Dark, but Tales from the Crypt.
Goosebumps. It was. I think Are You Afraid of the Dark might have been Canadian.
Yeah, but what was that one where they had the little guys, like the worm and the other thing?
Freaky Stories.
Freaky Stories,
See,
that's
I know all
Canadian.
this. Why do I know?
That's Canadian though, right?
That was
And,
scary. It happened to a friend of a friend of mine.
Yeah,
That's
and
what they would say.
Tales from the Crypt is also, they had a Canadian version too, and I was like, ooh, scary stuff. But I mean, like, when I have kids, I'm gonna be like, hey, Sharon,
Naruto.
Lois, and Bram is coming on right now, and we're gonna do a little single.
We had this talk in the office the other day, like what your favorite Sharon, Lois, and Bram song was. Yeah.
The Big Red Button, I think, right? That's a song of theirs, is it not?
Yeah, mine was Old John Bradalum.
Oh, that's a good one too. I think we were on the end of Sharon, Lois, and Bram. I think Sam would have missed it.
I don't know what that
What'd
is.
you grow
he
up with?
doesn't
What was
know.
the songs of your childhood?
The songs? I can
Yeah.
tell you more about the shows.
What did you watch? Like Roly Poly Oly?
I love Roly Poly Oly. Oh my god, you just unlocked.
Bing and Bong?
Nah.
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast?
Big Comfy Couch.
Yeah. Okay. There you
Fucking
go.
loved it.
I watched
My-
Big Stiff Couch. It sucked.
Shut the fuck up. Let him talk.
The thing was, my mom wasn't really big on like a lot of like the Nickelodeon shows and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I was never allowed to watch like Rugrats, like that sort of stuff.
It's a little edgier.
I
Yeah.
remember my dad showing me Rocco's Modern Life and like
Yeah.
Wild.
So a lot of the stuff that I watched was like very educational. Like my mom would be like, "You need to watch like
Mythbusters.
National Geographic and like
Ooh.
What kind of cartoons is that for a kid?
no, it's nature stuff."
So just
Okay.
Zaboomafoo. You
I
grew
watched-
up on it like hard.
I loved Zaboomafoo. I fucking loved Blue's Clues.
Zabuland.
My grandma
Blue's
actually
Clues,
showed me
yeah.
my old Blue's Clues mailbox that she still has from when I was a kid, and she's like, "When you have a kid, you can
Wow.
give the kid the mailbox." I'm like,
I
that
heard the Blue's Clues universe, like the lore runs deep. In the
It
Blue's
does.
Clues
People love
universe.
Blue's Clues.
Like the old host came back or something.
He is a
for
good
little
dude.
bit.
now he's on TikTok. Have you
yeah.
seen those videos?
Yeah, but he also returned to the Blue's
He
Clues
did.
world.
He did.
Did he not?
The money ran dry from his other ventures, and he's like, "I'm back to
Well.
the moneymaker."
Do you guys remember
Found
the
a
show PB and J Otter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
We were talking about how I thought it was bullshit in Franklin
I also love
that
Franklin.
he had to be called Franklin the Turtle, and everyone else was called like Bear and Goose and
Well,
Duck.
What about Arthur? Did you watch Arthur?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
You
yeah.
think Binky Barnes ever got his ass kicked?
Berenstein
He had that
Bears.
coming.
Bernstein Bears.
Oh.
Okay, my mom was a teacher. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
everything that she had the best shit. She had the best books. She had all the best like resources for kids stuff because she'd just be like, "Well, school's done. I'm gonna take my books back, and now you guys get to read them all."
Yeah.
Bernstein Bears is great.
I also watched a shit ton of Sportscenter. Okay.
You?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
What?
shocking, right? I used to get up. My dad like worked like crazy hours when I was like a little kid, and so like I would get up with my dad at 5 o'clock in the morning and watch SportsCenter with my dad before
So
he
you would
left
see
for work.
last night's episode, and then you would see the morning guys come in and do it.
Well, that was just no. They record it the night before, you know. Like SportsCenter, they just air one at 11
They
o'clock.
do.
and
They
then
do at
roll it.
night. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Jay on right, Dan O'Toole in the morning from like the time I was like.
You were
4 years old.
35 before you've ever been 35. Like
Yeah,
you're
I
just
know.
into sport. I would watch like the
I used
most
to watch
adult
SportsCenter
thing.
in like junior high.
Did
yeah.
you? Yeah, but the most adult thing I remember watching is like after school. My auntie watched us a lot. She'd be like, "We're putting on Degrassi. We're putting on
Oh,
90210."
shit.
So we'd watch Degrassi, 90210. Then my mom would get home. It would be Dr. Phil and then Oprah. That was the paid programming that was on.
Do you remember that show about that kid? This was a Canadian show. where he was in a coma and he lived in a world in a coma. And then he got out, but he wanted to go back to the world to save it, so he went back into a coma.
I have never heard of that premise. in my life.
I'll look it up and find it. That was a real show that existed.
I
What
was
a
like,
crazy
I remember Radio
premise.
Free Roscoe.
Yes, well, that's probably why we're doing this. My name is question mark or whatever it was. And like, it's so funny. Like, all the kids were just glued to the radio. in
Yeah.
that show.
I kind of forgot about that show, honestly.
I miss those days.
Man.
Kids being glued to the radio.
Okay, it was
crazy.
called The Odyssey. It was a Canadians.
The
If any
Odyssey.
after Owie Howies.
Stop it.
Okay. If,
I think that should stick personally.
if anyone has seen the show The Odyssey, please let me know because I feel like I'm the only person who talks about this.
I oddly enough remember the intro to that show, but I did not understand that that's what the premise of
All right,
it was.
here it is. The show is about Jay Ziegler, an 11-year-old boy who falls into a coma after falling out of a tree fort. While his family and friends continue their lives, Jay goes on a quest to return home to the real world from the magical down world. Coma world, pretty much.
How many drugs did people do to think of that idea?
You think it ran more than...
what
Oh my
creatives
God, it
do.
ran 3 seasons?
Obviously, it was great. Obviously, it was great. Wow.
Ryan Reynolds was in an episode? He
Stop.
played a recurring character in this?
That's how we got to start. Wow.
Devon Sawa was also in it.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
No.
He
I don't
was
know.
in Final Destination.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not up on my Final Destination casting.
He played Stan in the Eminem music video.
Oh.
I think he was in Casper. I think he's the kid from Casper.
Oh my God, I had such a crush on that guy. Wow.
Yeah,
All right, well.
almost certain he was. Or maybe he wasn't the kid, but he was in Casper.
So, top number 1 favorite kid show? Go. That's
Goosebumps.
16. I love that. It's not a kid show, it's a teen show, but I loved it.
Sportscenter.
Sounds like
You
CNN.
didn't spend enough time with kids when you were a kid. I'm like, Jesus.
No, I was trying to be an adult.
We're gonna give Sam some like VHS tapes.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
weird.
like, have you seen The Lion King?
Actually,
Great film.
okay, if we're talking,
He'd never seen The Iron Giant, remember? So this checks
oh,
out.
yeah. What the
Like,
fuck?
what are we thinking?
if we're talking cartoons though, Magic School Bus was 100% like
I
top
did
of my
watch
list.
that a lot, too.
Oh,
That was
fucking
weird when
loved
they
it.
became fish, though.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, the whole premise of the whole show was kind of fucked, but great show.
Miss Frizzle.
The Frizz.
The Frizz.
After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
It's like their radio show, but in podcast form.
Okay, now it's time for our game.
It's
Now
time
it's
for
time-
Mariah and Ty's
Ty's-
Game of the Week.
Okay.
Mariah and Ty's Game of the Week.
You guys kind of did fun ones. I took an opportunity to quiz you two on something that I thought will be a little bit enlightening for you because I was
Twilight
very
dolls.
No, I was very ashamed
Twilight
that the
dolls.
other day we did not understand that Diwali was happening in our city, and I was like, "Hey, we need to be less uncultured and actually understand some of the celebrations that are coming up in the city." Did you know there's so many things that are happening? And I was like, "Hey, literally, this is a little bit of a quiz for me."
So the person who asked me if Remembrance Day is a holiday is running this quiz.
I didn't. It's not a holiday. I said, "Is it a stat?" Fuck you. It's not. I would have to
Alright,
double
alright, alright.
check. You know, lucky for you, I didn't include a Remembrance Day on
What do you
here.
mean?
I was like a little history, a little
All right,
you can learn
all right,
about
all
some
right,
other
all right,
cultures.
all right,
Okay,
all right.
Okay, just give your best. Just give your best on this, okay? Because I had to learn about some of this myself too. Okay, first question. It can be a buzzer beater. It can just be a good overall guess. Which culture does the celebration Samhain belong to, and what is actually celebrated with it? I'll give you a hint. It's actually closely related to Halloween.
I know it's related to Halloween because there was a villain in the Ghostbusters TV show for kids.
You pulled that
Named
out of your
that.
ass. Oh
I
my
know
God.
that much. He had a pumpkin head. That's all I know. Because my friend is in the Alberta Ghostbusters, so he taught me all that fucking
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, what's your actual?
So what is
answer?
the question again?
What culture celebrates Samhain? Like, where does it originate from, and what is it actually? Do you know, Sam? Sam's confused. I
New
was like, it's
Orleans.
Battle of the White
I don't
Boys.
know.
We're gonna see
Yeah.
who outdoes
Yeah,
it.
New Orleans? I don't know.
No. They do celebrate it there, though. No, Samhain is actually celebrated by Irish people, Gaelic Irish people, and Scottish people. But apparently, it's like much darker than Halloween. It's supposed to be like when the veil is the thinnest for spirits to come and visit their families. Pretty cool. It starts at the beginning of October too. Sam, you didn't give an answer.
And your name was in it.
Jesus.
Apparently, there was legend that spirits could easily roam and come to Earth, and people would leave food or drink out. It's very similar to De los Muertos. Very similar, but more of like the Irish people would celebrate that. Okay, this one's for you. Question number 2. What culture celebrates Diwali? When is it? We just talked about this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ah, guys.
Sam, do you know?
It's like Indian
Yep.
culture celebrating.
Yep. Good job, Sam.
It's. I don't know if I have an exact definition, but it's kind of like it's like a light festival. Is kind of the idea,
Yes.
right? It's like when we celebrate like Global Fest, kind of.
Correct.
But different.
Correct. Good job. It is a celebration of light, but what's cool, Sam? I'm very impressed. Good job. Diwali.
'cause he's watching Sportscenter every
starts.
morning.
Yeah, it's fine because he understands. He's a cultured man. What's cool is both Hindu and Sikh people celebrate it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a celebration of light. It lasts 5 days. It's that's why lots of people do big fireworks celebrations and kickoffs like that, which I thought was really cool. This is an easy one. Should be an easy one. Question number 3. What Jewish holiday is also celebrated in December, but it is not Christmas, not a like Christmas at all?
Hanukkah.
Wow. Good job, everybody.
It's the lighting of the candles.
I learned that one from Rugrats.
Okay.
He's just pulling it right back to TV shows.
That's very good. I like that. Okay, question number 4. What day / what is the Yule solstice? What is the solstice? What is the winter solstice?
December 21st, right?
Got it, Sam.
Yeah.
Good job.
How do you know this?
He's a cultured man. He watches fucking sports.
He watches Sportscenter
You're
every
watching
morning.
whatever that weird coma show is.
That weird show. I want to know if Bunch remembers that.
He does. Mr. Bunce is here for everybody who wants to. He's off
I'm gonna
camera.
bring it up to him after
Made
the
an appearance
podcast.
today. Okay, so I didn't realize this, but Yule solstice is the start of the winter festivities, December 21st. Congrats, Sam. It's since ancient times, solstices have been marked as a turning point of the calendar, and people really like to celebrate it with like cold weather festivals and having nice, like, I don't know, wintry, beautiful things like cinnamon and Yule logs and fires and things like that.
I'm going to ask a completely uncultured question after
Sure.
my string of hot wins on the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Christmas on the 25th?
It's to follow like what would be in the Bible for the
Oh,
when
was it the
Jesus
birth of
dies
Jesus?
or the birth of Jesus. Yeah, he's resurrected on Easter.
Yeah, my family was not religious, so
Yeah.
I've only ever just known it as Christmas. So
That's okay. See, there
and
you
I
go.
get new sweaters.
Don't worry, there's no Christmas questions on this one. Actually, I thought we'll avoid it. The most commercially celebrated holiday. I'm not
Hell
going to
yeah.
include anything on. Okay, this should be a throwaway. What month is Black History Month?
March.
Nope, incorrect.
Shit.
Close.
May?
June?
It's February.
Oh my god.
All right, fellas.
Oh.
Well, it's okay. It's Battle of the White Boys. That's going to be the new name of this podcast.
Cut
okay.
that.
That's okay. It's good. It's good to know. This is okay. Last question.
That makes sense because they do all like the like NHL Black History Month stuff in February. I should have 100% got that.
Sorry, hey.
Back to sports.
You gotta go
Yeah.
back to Sportscenter.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's good. It's okay. It's a learning curve. Okay, last question. This one might be tough. What month does Ramadan start? Do you know anything about Ramadan? Guys, I'm putting you through the cultural ringer today. I was like, we're gonna do
I should know this. My friends who do Ramadan will be upset. So I
Any-
don't know.
Any guesses? Any guesses?
No idea.
Can you explain what Ramadan is so I
Okay.
can maybe answer the question?
I feel like you know this. No, it's not. It's not then. It's okay. Ramadan it changes sometimes, but it's genuinely celebrated in March, but it's observed by Muslims worldwide. It's when they do observing and reflecting, and lots of people fast. And you'll see, like,
Right.
it's another
Yep.
celebration where you'll see, like, beautiful lights set up, and everybody has gorgeous, like, decorations, at least on our block. I always see a lot of people celebrating Ramadan, so.
I have a buddy who's Muslim, and every time we like meet up to trade jerseys, he's always like, "I'm fasting in March."
It's
and
impressive.
He hates it sometimes. Like
it's
he gets
impressive.
so hungry.
Okay, well,
So
that
crazy
brings us
hungry.
to an end of our cultural quiz for today, and I hope that you feel inspired to learn more about other cultures leading up to
Well,
December.
I mean, hey, we were just on the radio saying, what was going on with that lights?
Well, that's what I mean. I know.
Fireworks.
Sorry, I could have done something cheeky, but I was like, yo, I didn't know when Ramadan started either, so I thought that was very cool. Sam, you take the cake. I'm very
He won.
impressed.
Look at us learning about our world.
That's what I mean. It was good, right?
What'd you guys think of the beers?
They were very interesting tasting, but I didn't mind it. I'll give it a 7. I like the little geometric
I'll give
guys.
it an 8. It's pretty good. The
Yeah.
German pills.
Yeah. So
I
Not
thought that the
bad.
flavor on that was
Evil
way better than what I was
Corporation.
expecting out of a Pilsner. That was pretty solid.
yeah.
It was pretty good. It kind of reminded me of the one we had from Far as well, where it's just like you drink it and doesn't.
You like it.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it doesn't just taste like beer. It actually has some flavor to it. It's nice. I'd give it a 9. It's good,
Wow.
and it's purple.
Yeah, well, we got some cultural history. We learned about old toys and old TV shows.
This wasn't quite as laughy as Sex and
The Star Trek.
Star Trek, but I thought, hey, Sam, you
I
pulled out all
thought
the stops.
Beckler's Hobbit trivia was pretty good, or whatever I did. The Lord of the Rings trivia.
Did I get one question on the Hobbit trivia?
I don't think so.
No.
And we're out of here. Goodbye.
You've been listening to After Hours with Mariah and Ty. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and have the new episode of After Hours with Mariah and Ty downloaded weekly to whatever device you use.
And now the producer's cut of the ending of Mariah and Ty Meet the Wolfman.
Oh, well. What do you guys want to do now? There's still some time left this Halloween night.
And with that, Mariah, Ty, and Sam left the X Studios that Halloween night feeling very silly that they were ever scared about a wolfman to begin with. Let's say they went and laughed about it over drinks at, I don't know, let's just say Pin Bar.
Wait. What about those claw marks on the walls from earlier?
It's your dogs.
Oh, whoops, they forgot about Matt DePaula. How's he doing, still tied up over there? Matt DePaula. Hey, Matt, are you okay? Matt!